What if everything you see in the world around you is nothing more than a reflection of yourself? What if the faces you encounter, the conflicts you endure, and the lessons life presents are not random, but sacred messages, echoes of something deeper, something hidden within? For millennia, mystics and sages have spoken of the sacred mirror, a profound esoteric truth that unveils the secret nature of reality. Across ancient temples, mystical orders, and secret societies, this wisdom was whispered in veiled words, protected from those not yet ready to see. But today, the veil is thinning. The sacred mirror is not just a metaphor. It is a living truth woven into the fabric of existence. It is the key to understanding why you attract certain experiences, why you repeat certain cycles, and why the universe itself seems to respond to the nature of your inner world. What if the mirror reveals not only your past wounds, but also your hidden power? In this journey, we will uncover the origins of the sacred mirror, explore the hidden esoteric teachings behind it, and most importantly, discover how you can use this ancient wisdom to reshape your reality. Because once you understand the reflection, you can change what is being reflected. Are you ready to face the mirror? The concept of the sacred mirror is ancient, so ancient that it predates recorded history. It is a universal truth that has echoed through the teachings of mystics, shamans, and sages across time. Yet its meaning has remained shrouded in mystery. For those unwilling to look beyond the surface, we see its traces in Egyptian temples, Taoist philosophy, Hermetic teachings, and even quantum theory, all pointing to the same realization: reality is a reflection of the mind that perceives it. In ancient Egypt, initiates of the mystery schools were taught the principle of as within, so without, a core tenet of Hermetic wisdom. The idea was simple yet profound. The external world is but a projection of the inner self. Egyptian priests used polished obsidian mirrors not for vanity, but for deep spiritual reflection, believing that to gaze into a mirror was to gaze into the soul. The Emerald Tablet, attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, speaks of the macrocosm and microcosm being one and the same. What is seen in the outer world is a direct reflection of what lies within, a sacred mirror that reveals the nature of our consciousness. In Hinduism, the world is described as Maya, an illusion shaped by our own perceptions. The famous concept of Indra's net describes reality as an infinite web of interconnected reflections, where every soul, every moment, and every thought is mirrored infinitely across existence. The Taoists of ancient China taught the principle of Wu Wei, the effortless flow with the natural order. But to truly flow with life, one must first see how their mind distorts or aligns with reality. The Taoist monks would use water as a metaphor for the mirror. Only when the surface is still can one see their true reflection. Even the Bible carries echoes of this truth. In Corinthians, we find the verse, "For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face." This suggests that our perception of reality is clouded, distorted, until we awaken to a deeper truth. Why was this knowledge hidden? Why has such a profound teaching been obscured, ignored, or misunderstood? Because to accept the sacred mirror is to accept radical responsibility. It means that the struggles, conflicts, and even the perceived injustices in our lives are not entirely external forces, but rather reflections of something within us. This idea is both empowering and terrifying, for it strips away the illusion of victimhood and places the power of creation directly in our hands. Throughout history, those who sought to control others kept this knowledge secret. If people understood they could transform their external world by altering their internal landscape, then rulers, institutions, and systems of control would lose their grip on the human mind. But now, this wisdom is re-emerging. As the world faces turmoil, uncertainty, and division, more and more souls are awakening to the realization that the change they seek must begin within. The sacred mirror does not judge. It simply reflects. The question is, are you ready to see what it reveals? The world you see around you is not merely a collection of events unfolding at random. It is a reflection, a mirror that reveals the hidden depths of your own consciousness. Every experience, every interaction, every challenge is an echo of something within you. But what does this truly mean? And how does this realization transform your understanding of existence? To understand the sacred mirror, we must first recognize a fundamental truth. Consciousness precedes form. Everything you experience is filtered through the lens of your mind. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs act as the unseen architects of your reality. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, does not impose meaning onto your experiences. You do. The mirror does not distort or manipulate, it merely reflects. The mirror of perception, how reality reflects the mind. Imagine waking up in a grand palace with vast halls filled with mirrors. You see yourself reflected in every direction, but what if the mirrors are cracked, fogged, or warped? You would perceive yourself and the world as distorted, even though the true image remains unchanged. This is how most people experience life. Their perception is clouded by past traumas, limiting beliefs, and subconscious fears. They see struggle where there is an opportunity, enemies where there are teachers, and obstacles where there are lessons. But here's the secret that many overlook. The world is not happening to you. It is happening through you. A person who carries deep resentment will find endless reasons to be resentful. A person who believes in scarcity will encounter lack at every turn, but the one who embodies peace will find serenity even amidst chaos. The mirror does not lie. The ancient sages understood that self-awareness is the key to transformation. They taught their initiates to use the outer world as a guide, to observe what life was reflecting back at them. If certain patterns repeat in your life, betrayal, loss, rejection, look closely. The mirror is trying to show you something. Is there an unhealed wound that attracts the same lesson over and over? Are you projecting your fears onto others and mistaking them for reality? The sacred mirror teaches that every person you meet, every hardship you face, is a fragment of yourself, revealing aspects that require healing or expansion. That betrayal you suffered, it reflects your need to strengthen boundaries. That rejection you fear, it mirrors your own doubts about self-worth. That love you crave, it can only manifest once you embody love within. The universe does not give you what you want. It gives you what you are. This is why the journey of inner alchemy begins with self-inquiry. Those who master the sacred mirror learn to see beyond illusion. They no longer react blindly to external events, but instead ask, "What is this showing me about myself?" And when you shift your internal state, the world around you cannot help but shift in response. The sacred mirror is more than a passive reflection of your thoughts and emotions. It is an interactive force, a dynamic intelligence that reveals the nature of your consciousness in real time. Those who awaken to this truth understand that the world is not a rigid structure outside of them, but a fluid extension of their inner state. The mirror as a gateway to higher consciousness. In many mystical traditions, mirrors were used as tools for divination and deep self-exploration. The ancient Egyptians, for example, believed that polished obsidian mirrors allowed one to peer into the hidden realms of the soul. Shamans, seers, and oracles across civilizations used mirrors not to see the physical, but to decode the unseen patterns shaping reality. This symbolism is more than metaphor. It reveals a powerful key to understanding how reality itself operates. Just as a physical mirror reflects your face, the sacred mirror of reality reflects your energetic state. But unlike a regular mirror, which passively returns an image, this living mirror is interactive. It reveals to you precisely what you need for spiritual evolution. If you live in fear, the mirror presents you with situations that amplify that fear, not as punishment, but as an invitation to transcend it. If you embody self-love, the mirror responds by filling your life with deeper connections and inner peace. The mirror responds to your frequency. Breaking illusions, the power of self-recognition. One of the greatest illusions of the unawakened mind is the belief that external forces control reality. The untrained soul blames circumstances, people, or fate for their struggles. They see suffering as something inflicted upon them rather than something reflected from them. But here is where the deeper mystery of the sacred mirror unveils itself. What you resist in others is often what you deny in yourself. The anger you judge in another may be a reflection of the anger you suppress. The betrayal you fear may mirror an inner wound left unhealed. The admiration you feel for a great leader may point to a potential that lies dormant within you. This realization is both unsettling and liberating. Unsettling because it forces you to face uncomfortable truths. Liberating because it hands you the key to transformation. The moment you stop seeing life as something happening to you and recognize that it is reflecting from you, a profound shift occurs. You move from victimhood to mastery. You are no longer merely reacting to the mirror. You are shaping what it reflects. The mirror's ultimate secret, the world within the world. If you have ever stood between two mirrors facing each other, you have seen something extraordinary, an endless corridor of reflections stretching into infinity. This is one of the sacred mirror's greatest secrets. There is no end to the depths you can explore within yourself. Your external world is not just a reflection. It is a portal, leading deeper and deeper into the nature of your consciousness. Every time you look into the mirror of life and change something within yourself, the reflection shifts. Every transformation of your mind restructures the reality you experience. This is the hidden knowledge that has been taught in mystery schools for millennia. Master the mirror, and you master your reality. Transform the self, and the world transforms in kind. The knowledge of the sacred mirror is not meant to remain theoretical. It is a tool for transformation, a living principle that can reshape your reality once you learn how to engage with it consciously. Here, we explore powerful techniques that allow you to harness the mirror's wisdom and shift your external world by mastering your internal state. 1. The mirror exercise. Confronting the self. One of the simplest yet most powerful ways to engage with the sacred mirror is to use a literal mirror as a tool for self-inquiry. This practice has been used in ancient mystery schools, esoteric traditions, and even modern psychology to reveal the hidden layers of the psyche. How to practice. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit or stand in front of a mirror, making direct eye contact with yourself. Hold the gaze for at least 5 to 10 minutes, observing what emotions arise. Ask yourself, who, if discomfort or resistance arises, don't look away. This is the mirror revealing what you need to face. Speak affirmations aloud, such as, I see myself, I accept myself, I am the creator of my reality. Why it works. This exercise bypasses the surface self and brings you face to face with your deepest truths, your fears, self-judgments, and hidden potentials. As you integrate what you see, the sacred mirror of reality begins to shift, reflecting new opportunities, healing, and inner mastery. 2. The Reflection Journal. Decoding your reality. Since life itself is a mirror, you can decode its messages by paying close attention to the patterns, experiences, and people who appear in your world. How to practice. At the end of each day, take 5 to 10 minutes to reflect on the key events and interactions you experienced. Ask yourself, what situations triggered strong emotions today? What patterns keep repeating in my relationships or circumstances? What might this be reflecting about my inner world? Write down your insights, looking for deeper connections between your internal beliefs and external experiences. By analyzing the mirror of your life, you begin to see that nothing is random. Every encounter, challenge, and moment of joy is a direct response to your energetic state. Recognizing these reflections allows you to consciously shift your vibration and change your experiences. 3. Shadow integration. Embracing what you resist. One of the most difficult aspects of working with the sacred mirror is accepting that what you reject in others is often a reflection of an unhealed part of yourself. This is known as shadow work, the process of reclaiming the aspects of yourself that have been buried or denied. How to practice. Identify a person, behavior, or trait that triggers you emotionally. Instead of reacting, pause and ask, What is this person reflecting about me? Is there a part of me that fears, suppresses, or denies this trait? How can I integrate and heal this aspect within myself? Use forgiveness and acceptance practices to neutralize emotional charges and reclaim lost aspects of your being. The more you accept and integrate your reflections, the less resistance you experience in life. The world stops being an adversary and becomes a co-creative force, responding with greater harmony, clarity, and synchronicity. 4. Conscious creation. Becoming the master of the mirror. Once you recognize that life is a reflection of your state of being, you gain the ability to consciously shape your external world. How to practice. Each morning, set a clear intention for how you wish your day to unfold. Hold the emotion of that intention as if it is already real. As you move through the day, maintain awareness of how the world reflects your internal state. If challenges arise, do not react. See them as feedback, an opportunity to realign your vibration. Before sleep, visualize the version of reality you want to step into, allowing the mirror to reorganize accordingly. The sacred mirror does not respond to wishful thinking. It responds to who you are being. The more aligned you are with the frequency of what you desire, the more reality reflects it effortlessly. Final thought. Before we move to the conclusion, these practices are not mere techniques. They are pathways to mastery. The sacred mirror is constantly responding, shifting, and reflecting based on your inner state. If you seek to change the world around you, start by changing the reflection within. The journey into the sacred mirror is not just about understanding, it is about awakening. The truth is simple yet profound. The world does not happen to you. It happens through you. Every experience, every interaction, every challenge, and every moment of joy is a reflection of your internal state. When you resist the mirror, life becomes a struggle, an endless cycle of blame, confusion, and frustration. But when you learn to work with the mirror, you step into a reality where synchronicity, clarity, and transformation become your allies. Your next step, a call to action. Now that you know this secret, the real question is, what will you do with it? Start today. Observe your reality. Reflect on its lessons and make the conscious choice to change within so that the world around you begins to shift. If this knowledge has opened your eyes, share your insights in the comments. Have you ever noticed a time when life mirrored your internal state in an undeniable way? Let's explore this mystery together. And if you're ready to go deeper into esoteric wisdom, subscribe and turn on notifications, because we are just scratching the surface. Remember, the mirror is always reflecting. The only question is, are you ready to truly see?